Yep. I'm having a beautiful sunset. Too bad all I get is a tiny view. The sky's got pink clouds. And I am building a tow bar adapter to go on the front of my newly to be purchased, almost half paid for, 65 Monza that's just outside Detroit. Cool, huh? I've got a late model front bumper. I don't have a late model car here, so I'm going to make the tow bar adapter that bolts to the body the same as the angles here, and yada yada yada. So watching the sun go down, the temperature is dropping. I just put a 300 watt light bulb in. Got to finish up the weasel and get back to work. Got my welder. Crank her up. So the sun's gone down. Oh boy, 7:30 and ding. So I bent my piece of rectangular tubing to match the contour of the nose of the late model Corvair, which is much more V'd in the front than the early model, far more V'd. And I welded it back up with some pieces of junk that I never throw away. See, I had a T piece, I cut it off. Never throw anything away, that's the problem. Junk, bent. Little triangle there, but it's a bit too small. So that's done. Now I have to decide, because this piece is not wide enough. It should have been a 3-inch piece, it's only 2.5. I have to decide if I'm going to mount this so it sits high on the body or low. I'm going to go for low. I'm going to weld the tab on the top. So my marks here where the bolts are. I'm going to drill 2 holes in the drill press and then weld the tab on top. I actually got to weld the tab on top first and put a bolt through, and that'll determine where my bottom bolt goes. Got to think about these things. That's what I'm doing. Got my big 300 watt light bulb. Oh, check this out, baby. I'll show you later. Let me keep working on this. Like all my sand from sandblasting. Uh-oh. CORVAIRWILD, that's me. I'm calling it a night. It's after 10 o'clock. My light bulb's still burning bright, 300 watts. Sandblaster. Sandblast is a piece of iron I got from a failed boat trailer somebody 3/4 built. So, well, I'm tired. My back is starting to get pains. So this is what we got here. I'll flip it around so you can get some light on the subject. Put a bolt through that into the trunk of the Corvair, another bolt through there. I couldn't put the bolts here and here because they would have been too far to the edge. This is right at the edge. And you drop the tow bar eye right there. That supports it, because otherwise what do you hold it up with? It just falls through. Then you put the bolt through like that. Oop, need longer bolts. I'm going to drill those for a pin. Oops. So that goes through there. Oop, got to drill that too. A little too. I'll try to show you. There, it goes like that. Put the pin through. Obviously I gotta scrub these things like that. Whee! Parts are flying at 10 o'clock at night. So my crappy made in China tow bar goes into the shop. One of my subscribers made me these stands. They're real handy, I really appreciate it. So the only question I have is, Do I have to add a spacer behind here so this steps away from the body? I gotta re-drill. Or drill one of them, drill both. I think on Mrs. CW 64 Corvair, I just put a couple of washers here to space that away from the body. Give it a little bit of clearance. Save myself drilling 4 more holes. So that's it. Welder goes away. The argon bottle. Got my toque. It's that time of year, yeah. See my breath. And the sandblaster goes away. And put everything away, all the tools, and tomorrow I'll probably just use some washers here. I think how it works is one bolt goes from here into the trunk, which is threaded, and one bolt goes from the trunk into the bracket, which is a nut welded on the back. So I know you can't see it very well, but it's different than the 64. And I've got my Hitch Sprint at the warehouse up the road, but I don't know if I have the time. I got a tenant I got to go see right now who's got a shower head that just broke off. Handheld shower, PIA. I'm getting tired. So I'm going to close up shop and I'll paint this tomorrow. See you in the morning. Good night, YouTubers.